Woo.
It's a mixed bag, this book. I've been writing poetry for about 10 years, I suppose, before I started publishing it. No, 15 maybe. And so it's a selection, a little bit of memoir, a little bit of nonsense, because I'm a great fan of nonsense, especially Lewis Carroll. But the title of the book is actually taken from a quote from Lewis Carroll. And I'm sorry about this, but I didn't have my, here we are. It's called Remembering the Future. It's actually a love poem, this. It's a quote from Alice Through the Looking Glass, Chapter 5, Wool and Water, by Lewis Carroll. And the quote is, "It's a poor sort of memory that only works backwards," said the White Queen. So this is my poem, Remembering the Future. If I mourn now, remembering, I shall some day lose the warm swell of your chest under my cheek, the comfort of your gentle hands on my body. Like the White Queen, if I suffer now the pain that will grip my chest as I lie here one day in the future, knowing you've gone, perhaps I can live time reversed, all grieving done, no tears to shed, time cancelled, my fingertips still exploring your beloved flesh, you and I in a perpetual present time. But no, my mourning will be of infinite duration. Better not to step through the looking glass. There will be no relief from remembering that you've gone, and no end to the pain. Best to keep my poor one-way memory that holds the presence of you, and remember only our precious years together. So that's the title poem.
I'm putting that on my tombstone.
Poem to start with, isn't it? Here is one of my silly poems. I have a bad name for being late everywhere. When I was working, I was dreadful. I was surprised. I hadn't realised. I just thought I was getting a lot done, you know, because that's what made me late. However, why I was late to work. It was the bear in the bathroom. She was painting her claws and she growled at me when I looked in, and she tried on all my clothes, so I had to look for pins to close the zips she'd broken, and when I tried to open the front door, it had been nailed up by the neighbours who'd seen her going in last night, but I'm a heavy sleeper. So I jumped out of the bedroom window and landed on a truck that was going to Liverpool, and it didn't stop till we got to Watford. So then I stood on the spur road to the M25 and thumbed, and this car stopped, and the driver said, "Get in, I'm an alien." And I said, "You mean an illegal immigrant?" And he said, "No, this kind of alien." And his skin turned green and his eyes were all faceted, and I knew he was an alien when he bought me a cup of tea and a burger at the services, and he said, "Delicious." But he was very nice, a real gentleman, and didn't lay a talon on me. And he drove me to work, so here I am. Sorry I'm late. I bet the bear was late too. I think I'll forget while I'm ahead.
And yet she married an alien. Strange, that.
He stops me being late. He's